Hello? Is anybody on? Anybody there? I'm gonna paint a black canvas. Well, what I'm gonna do, guys, I'm gonna paint this one in layers. Oh yeah, hi. My name is Cheyenne, and I'm an artist, I'm an herbalist, I'm a tarot reader, you know. I'm multi-talented, I guess. But anyway, I haven't painted in a while. Good gosh, this thing is dusty. I haven't painted in a while, but recently I had some dreams about painting this black canvas. So that's what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna put it, I gotta do it in layers though, and I gotta be patient, which is gonna test me because I'm not a big fan of being patient with my paintings. I like to get them done. I wonder if I should drop that a little bit. You can kind of see it. My cup is in the way. Anyway, I'm just gonna get to it. I know nobody like responded to my live video, but most people are probably working. I didn't even think about that. I wasn't even paying attention to the time, to be honest. I'm gonna use palette knives, but I'm also gonna use I'm gonna use some brushes as well. That one always makes me think of a cake spreader, like an icing. Spread the frosting. Hey, I got some permanent markers in here. What the heck? Yeah, I think that'll do. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. Shrek. When I think of movie quotes, those are the movies I think of. Kid movies. Because those are my favorite kind of movies. How did I see that? Hang on. Yeah, it's profile, not landscape. Okay. I thought so. But then I was sitting there and I was second guessing myself, you know? It's like, wait a minute. Yeah, so what I saw was like, there's mountains, but then there's also like trees, and then it goes down and there's like water back behind. There's kind of like some water, it looks like, anyway. And then the sky is like really dark, but I've got to put some white on there because I'm going to be painting in layers, so I'm going to come in next. I may have to go in again with white and then move on into the color, but the color is like focus on one color at a time. Well, I don't know. I might could pull it off because the colors are all kind of in the same. Well, no, I probably ought to do them one at a time. But anyway, so many colors, guys. And with the black, it's going to look freaking cool. I just, you know, about a painting, it's like, how do I get in a go for it? I'm just going to try. You know, you never know unless you give it a shot. You want to try something new. Make a big decision. You just gotta do it. And I'm a Libra, so it's hard for me to make decisions. Very hard. But once I've made a decision, there ain't no going back. It's like, that's my decision and I'm sticking to it. Yeah, something like that. I may play around with that a little bit more. But then there was like mountains over here as well. The trees, I'll have to come back in over this mountain layer once it's dry and put the trees in, but you know what I mean? It'll look cool. I promise. I hope. I'm not gonna promise. Because it might not look so cool. Guys. It might not look very good at all. Oh, that's what I love about painting though. You know, you can keep working with it until you like it. So, and if you mess up on something, or maybe you've painted something and then you go back, you know, a year or two later and you're like, ooh, I do not like that. You can always repaint over it, you know what I mean? Especially if you still own it. You haven't sold it. There's some that I wish I would have done more with. You know, paintings that I created and sold. I'm like, man, I should have done this, I should have done that. But, I mean, they liked it just how it was, so. And see, then there'll be like, you know, like water, which I'm probably going to need to add, yeah, some white in there. Especially back there where it's going to be, the waves are going to be, you know, a whole bunch, like, you know, you make them look like they're farther away, so there's like a whole bunch of them back there. Anyway. Or the ripples. Not really waves, but you know what I mean. Yeah, and then I'll probably put some trees up here in the foreground. But there wasn't any trees there in the foreground whenever I saw it, but there was a moon. Let's put that on there. I'm kidding, I'm gonna smooth it out a little bit. I want it to stand out though. I love the moon. My Cancer, my moon sign, my moon, oh good gosh. When I was born, okay guys, the moon, my moon sign is Cancer. The moon was in Cancer when I was born. And Cancer is ruled by the moon. Anyway, I think that's why I've just always loved the moon. I always look for it in the sky ever since I was a little kid. I like looking at clouds, I like looking at stars. I love all of God's creations, you know. Yeah, we might have to make that a little bit bigger. It's not a perfect circle. It's gonna bother me. I'm gonna get a paintbrush. And you know what? It doesn't have to be perfect. You know, I don't know why I worry about that kind of stuff. Like, oh, it's got to be a perfect circle. No, it ain't gotta. You know, I'm human. God created the moon. He made it perfect, but I am not perfect. So I can't create things that are perfect like that. You know? We're all born flawed. You know, that's why there shouldn't be any kind of division in the world. Because if everybody just realized that you know, while they have some flaws, you know, it makes them unique. Other people have flaws too. So it doesn't make anybody better or less than you. Everybody's all equal because we're all different. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense to anybody else, but I think it makes sense. It's like we've all, anyway, we're all equal. If people saw it like that, there would be no division. I'm tired of all the division. That's gonna look really cool. I can't wait till I can get the other layers. See, I'm already wishing it away, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I can't wait to do more. Yeah, this is gonna look cool though. In the sky, what I was wanting to do is some spots are gonna be kind of lighter. You know, like a Milky Way or something type thing. I don't know. It's gonna look very space-ish. And so I wanted to add some white up in there to where some of the spots will look, you know, will be more vibrant. The colors will be more vibrant on white than they would on black. You know what I mean? Anyway, that's kind of what I was wanting to do up there. Want to get too close to the moon, you know, but I guess I probably should because it's going to be brightest up there. About to knock this thing over, I swear to goodness. Oh my gosh, guys, so I've been reading I've been reading the new Hunger Games book. It's about Haymitch. It's a good book. I cannot remember the title of it right now. Oh, let me go get it. Hang on. But you know, like when you're reading a book, like he had bean soup is what he called it. Anyway, last night I made red beans. If you're in southern Oklahoma, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, but I made them because of this book. Because I was watching the book and I was reading the book and that's what he was eating and he was like, oh, it's a comfort food, you know what I mean? It's called Sunrise on the Reaping. But yeah, oh man, this book is good so far. I'm really enjoying it. It's really cool. Oh, that painting looks weird in the video. That's cool looking. I like it. Anyway, but yeah, I figured I'd tell y'all about that book because it is really good, guys. It is really good. So down here, what I'm doing, I'm adding some highlights to what's gonna be water, you know. And I may add some like plant life or something up here to the foreground. I don't know yet. But as far as right now, I'm just gonna pretend it's water just in case I change my mind. Yeah, and I don't want to put any plant life down here. It'd be better if I had some highlights already there for the water, you know what I mean? Always make sure, especially if you're using a gallery edge for canvas. I'm using a canvas panel, but if you are using a gallery edge, make sure that you get those sides when you're painting, okay? Anybody watching now? Y'all probably watch it later. It's like 4, I saw it just a while ago. Yeah, 4:50 here, 4:50 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Yeah, so we'll turn that into water. Y'all will see. It's gonna look really cool. I don't know. Y'all may not like it, but I'm gonna love it because it's already looking like what I, kind of like what I dreamed. I just can't remember the foreground. That's the bad part about my dreams. Sitting there thinking, I remember the water because it looked so pretty. Because it had those pinks. I'm not going to tell y'all. But pink is one of the colors I'm going to be using. Okay. But yeah, I had pink the pink and purple colors I'm going to be using. Anyway, those were in the water, and it was so cool looking. I think I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to add a little bit more texture to those mountains, you know. But other than that, I'm done for today. We gotta let this dry, okay? And I'll just do this, you know, as I find time. Hop on and paint this, because I've been wanting to paint it ever since I started dreaming about it. Like in my dreams at night. Not just, you know, little daydream vision things, downloads, whatever you want to call them. This was like at night. I've been dreaming of weird things. Like 13 is very significant. I dreamed about my cat having kittens the day before she had kittens, but I dreamed she had 13, and one was solid like orange. And she did. She had an orange. The first one that was born was orange, but it has little white on its chest and on its face. Its little feet. It's so cute. I don't know what we're gonna name them, but one's like Garfield. Yeah. And one's Sylvester with the black and white. I loved Sylvester when I was a kid. I had a Sylvester stuffed animal. I mean, you know, stuffed Sylvester the cat. I loved that thing. Yeah, I think we're done. I don't know, where did I put that white paint? Found it. Just need a little bit more for this side. Yeah. I don't know what we're gonna name those cats just yet. Sylvester would be cool though. And yeah, Garfield. I loved those comics in the newspaper. Mom would let us read the comics, you know, and any other part we wanted to read, you know, she always had the newspaper. And when I was a kid, and yeah, I loved Heathcliff, like cartoons. Y'all remember Heathcliff? He was funny. He was ornery. So was Sylvester though. Sylvester's pretty ornery with old Tweety Bird. But man, Tweety Bird was conniving, you know? I don't know why I'm talking about cartoons, but anyway. I'm gonna add a little bit, kind of make it, you know, more white like that side. Even that out a little bit, yeah. That needs to be fixed too. It just looks too funky. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I don't know, I'm not liking these little lines here. Or whatever I got going on. And I need it to be more white around that moon. I wasn't even thinking of that, or I would have done all of that part first. Which I can always go back over it. You know, layer number 2, I can add more white around the moon. If I want to just mainly work like down here before I work on the sky. Yeah, that'll work for today. But anyway, we're painting in layers. Started with a black canvas, put some white mountains on there. They have a lot of texture. I mean, they have good texture. I added the white to it, okay? And then the next time I go live, I will, I don't know if we'll add more white or if we'll add color. You never know, okay? With me, because it's just, we go with the flow here, okay, guys? Thank y'all for joining me today for this little Paint With Me live, this little snippet, okay? When this dries, then I will be chomping at the bit to go live again because I'll want to paint some more on it. And I don't know, maybe it's the orange fingernails that really got me inspired to paint. This is such a pretty color. It's like a coral, but it's so bright in the sun. I don't know if you can see how bright that is in my natural light, but anyway, it's my art light. My natural lamp light. But yeah, thank y'all so much. If you enjoyed this, if you enjoyed painting, feel free to follow me here on Facebook, Cheyenne.1978. I also have a YouTube channel that is Cheyenne.1978, okay? All the videos I share here on Facebook, I put them over onto YouTube to where they'll be on there forever, okay? So yeah, go check those out. Feel free to subscribe while you're there on YouTube. I'd appreciate it. Growing every day on those pages, on those channels, I should call them. But anyway, thank y'all again so much for joining me today. I hope y'all have a blessed day.